Hi everyone, it's Tish with Naptime Creations. Happy Friday. I hope you guys are all doing good and having a good day. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be making some more jewelry with the Liquid Diamonds casting resin. This resin is a 2-to-1 ratio, meaning you need 2 parts of your part A and 1 part of your part B. So I'm going to be weighing this out today on a digital scale. I find using digital scales is better when I'm using epoxy or resin, just because there's no room for error and your measurements are going to be spot on. So here I'm pouring in 1 ounce of my part B, and then I'm going to be pouring in 2 ounces of my part A. And I'm going to mix that up for 5 minutes. This is just a little silicone mixing cup that I got from Beebeecraft. They have like a 4-pack for I think $8, which is really affordable, and it's so nice because you can just clean them out really easily when you're done working with your resin and reuse them. I'm really trying to reduce my fluid art waste, so I'm definitely going to be getting some more of these mixing cups because they're so handy. So here is my resin all mixed, or all poured, and I'm going to start mixing it. I'm using a plastic knife to mix this up, and these are easy and good to use too because you can literally just wipe them off with a alcohol rag or alcohol wipe or a baby wipe after you're done and keep reusing them. So I'm going to mix this up for 5 minutes and we'll be ready to pour. So to color my pendants, I'm going to be using all alcohol inks. I'm going to be using Chili Pepper, Rich Gold, Blanco Blanco, and this Rainforest Green, all by Pinata, and I got these from the Epoxy resin store. If you guys need any Pinata alcohol inks, or if you want to try the Liquid Diamonds Epoxy, be sure to check out the link below in my description, and then I have a discount code if you want to get some. Naptime20 will save you 20%. I poured some of the clear into a separate mixing cup here, and I'm going to add some of the Lorez Glitz and Glam Stardust pigment into a little bit of the resin, just because I want to see how it turns out with some of that pretty shimmery pigment in there. So here I'm just going in with some clear, just a plain clear, not the one with the Glitz and Glam pigment. And this mold is so awesome for making little jewelry. I got the mold off of Beebeecraft, and the jewelry trays that I'm going to be making my necklaces with, I got those off of Beebeecraft too, along with the silicone cups, like I said. And these cups are awesome because they're really bendy and flexible, so it's perfect for pouring into small spaces. You can do a really nice controlled pour. And I'm only filling these molds up about 3/4 of the way full. I'm leaving a little bit of room because I've learned the hard way. It's easier to underfill than overfill. I'm going in with my heat gun just to pop any bubbles. I think there was a few bubbles from when I mixed in that Glitz and Glam pigment. And I'm just going to add my inks. I didn't really have any rhyme or reason. I was just experimenting, but you don't need a lot of ink when you're using these Pinata inks. They're really nice and pigmented. So I was just doing a few drops of the chili pepper, and then I'll go in with some gold and some of the Blanco Blanco. The Blanco Blanco is heavier than any of the other colors, so that gives you some really nice effects when you drop it over a color. So I'm going to lay down some of the chili pepper, some of the rich gold, and then add some white, and then the white will push all the other colors down into the pendant. And my gold, it was just like having a mind of its own. It was spilling all over the place. I was like, oh my gosh, something must be wrong with the little tip. I gotta figure that out. See, I was trying to clean it up here. Like, oh no. So I'm just going to keep adding my colors, and then I will let them dry for 24 hours and we'll demold them and see how they turned out. To keep this dust and debris free, I just use a little upside down aluminum roasting pan that I picked up at my local dollar store. Those are really nice when you're working on small surfaces. And also, when you're doing this type of crafting or making jewelry or anything in silicone molds, it's good to work on a hard surface Like this is just a little cutting board that I have, and then I have wax paper down to protect it. But it's definitely not easy to move a mold around when it's full of resin. If I were to try to pick this up and move it around, it would spill all over and make a huge mess. So it's nice to work on like a cookie sheet or a cutting board or something like that. So that way, if you have to pick it up and move it around or move it to a different spot, it's going to be way easier to do, and what you're working on isn't going to get messed up. But also be sure to protect your surface with some wax paper or parchment paper or even a silicone mat. So remember, I had said I filled them up about 3/4 of the way full. I'm just going to go in and add a little bit more clear to the molds to make sure they're all the way full, and I'm going to let them dry for 24 hours and we will demold them. So here they are, all nice and dry. This one turned out really awesome. See how you can see the clear at the tip? I love that look. It turned out really pretty. I love that little red heart. So I was like, wow, I was not expecting some of these to turn out the way they did. You never know with alcohol inks how they're going to work. And also different brands of inks work differently. I found the Pinata inks are my favorite to do this type of I guess you would call it petri dish or petri type art. This one turned out really cool though. So the Blanco Blanco and the rich gold will give you those effects that you see. This one had some of the stardust pigment in it. Turned out really pretty. I was thinking, if someone had a necklace on or a ring or a bracelet and then they were out in the sun would catch the shimmer on the pendant and it would be really, really pretty. This one turned out really fun too. You can kind of see it had some little fun effects going on. This one, my gold kind of spilled, so I just added white and gold in that one. It didn't really turn out too cool, but this one looks like turquoise, but I was using the rainforest green. See, this one's more green. See, it's just interesting. They all turn out different, so it's kind of fun when you demold them to see what different effects you can get. This one here is my favorite. It's got a lot of fun going on. So what I'm going to do is put these in the little jewelry trays. And I also got the jewelry trays off of Beebeecraft. And to attach them in there, I'm just going to add about a pea-size amount of E6000 glue and let them dry for 24 hours. Here's the little jewelry trays. See how pretty that is with the gold and the gold jewelry tray? This heart turned out really pretty too. What do you guys think? Which ones do you like the most? The rainforest green ones or the chili pepper? I'm a big fan of red, so I love the red ones, but let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And if you haven't seen my Beebeecraft unboxing video, go check that out. I will link that down below in the description. They have so much cool stuff on their website for crafting, and they have really affordable prices too, so go check them out. And I'm going to glue these guys into their little trays, and I'll show you what they look like when they're all put together on the necklaces. Here they are, all finished and on their little chains. This one turned out really awesome. I'm going to get some gold chains or a different type of chain for the gold trays. And this one has some really fun wispiness in the center there. You can kind of see it from the side. That's from that Blanco Blanco sinking down through the other colors. I didn't show me gluing in the pendants, but I just took some E6000 glue and put it on the pendant and then held it down in the tray. I showed that in my last jewelry making video, so if you want to go check that out, I will link it down below in the description. This one's my favorite out of all of them. That gold big chunk right there reminds me of like a gold nugget. It's so pretty. And from the side, it's got a lot of fun details. So if you guys want to get any of this stuff, check out Beebeecraft and the Liquid Diamonds Resin if you want to make some jewelry. It's really crystal clear and awesome. I'll link all their information down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are going to have a great weekend, and I will see you guys on Monday for another video. Bye!